I feel. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Girl Let's Agree to Disagree with my girl, Kemi. Hey, Kemi girl. Hola, Kemi.
How are you? You look gorgeous tonight, per usual.
Thank you. It was my celebrate finale is finally over. This is the look today.
Well, we love to see it.
Well, before anything, let's go into some housekeeping. Want to thank absolutely everybody for joining us on Girl Let's Agree to Disagree. If you don't already, click like, subscribe, click to receive notifications, smash that bell. Also, share this and comment. We've been getting a lot more comments from you guys, and it's so refreshing to see. We love it when you interact with us. Super chat is a great way to do that too in the comments. We love you guys so much. This is it. This is our Bachelorette finale. And after this, there will be no more.
Until Matt James season. I cannot wait. It's all I've been waiting for. It looks like it's going to be very, very fun, but we can talk about that at the end.
Really? You're really excited about Matt's season?
Well, first of all, I think Matt is so attractive. I've been following him for quite some time, since way before he was announced as a Bachelor. So I'm excited to see him find love. You know, I almost threw my hat in the ring, and then I had to look at my contract with CBS and sit my ass down.
I'm just gonna say this. I'm not too happy about Matt. I mean, he's a good-looking guy. It's great, but I wanted Mike to be the next girl. No, you did not just roll your eyes.
I didn't, but we don't need to pit them against each other. Mike is still single, as far as I think. So, you know.
I mean, I'm very happy that there is a Black Bachelor, and that's amazing. It could have been Mike.
I'm a bigger fan of Matt than I am of Mike, but I think it's because I never followed Mike, so I don't really know his personality, and I've followed Matt for a while, so I do know he's funny. He has a very, kind of quirky sense of humor, and he likes cookies, and as a cookie lover myself, can't hate that.
Okay. Kemi's a cookie lover. Wait, okay, so everybody on the chat, we want to know, are you happy with the ending of this finale? If you all have followed Girl Let's Agree to Disagree, I think you would know that Kemi and I are a little disappointed for two completely different reasons.
Oh, you mean like the guy? First of all, yes, I'm not Team Zach whatsoever, but also the fact that Ben didn't propose and get rejected on one knee, that's kind of the whole point. I mean, that sounds mean, but that's kind of the whole point.
So you wanted him to get on one knee, propose, and then her say, "No, I can't be with you."
I mean, I just thought that that's how it goes.
Sometimes it does, yeah.
I thought every other time, unless there's some, fence jump or something, I thought that that's how it goes. But I don't know. Ben is the people's choice, though, from what I've seen on social media. I don't know why, but
Kemi. I have good taste, okay? I have great taste. So if I like Ben, I would assume that a lot of other people like Ben. I like the underdog, don't get me wrong, but...
Listen, I don't dislike Ben. He seems like a nice guy. It's just, I like TAYSHIA, and to me, Ben... Zach definitely, in my opinion, seemed like more of a man than Ben. He seemed more, grown, mature, more set in his, life than Ben. And I personally gravitate more towards that. Ben gives me 3 years out of college and I was in a frat the entire time in college vibes.
Oh,
Like,
really?
that's what I get from him. Like the guy who, like, the most mature one in the frat house that now works for, a human capital firm or something.
That's interesting you say that, because Zach actually reminds me of Frank Jr. from Friends. Like, so that's who he reminds me of.
Jessica hates Zach though. Jessica hates Zach so
Right.
much.
That hate is a very strong word for those watching in this chat. Like, I do not hate anybody. I really don't. I have a great heart, and I really believe that everybody deserves love and appreciation. However, Zach, to me, is just, not the cup of tea that I was expecting. It was just a little. I liked Ben. That was it. But if we want to go, it's been what, 2 days, because we had it. First of all, this was like the longest drag out in Bachelorette history. I don't think we needed 4 hours to see absolutely everything that was going on. I think that we could probably recap this.
Nothing that went on, if we're being honest. Like, the most exciting thing about this 2-night finale for me, and I slid in Tayshia's DMs about this, is the necklace that she wore on her fantasy suite date night with Zach. It was very cute. And I would love to know where it was from. Her stylist has not tagged it. And that's honestly the most exciting thing that's all I took from it. Like, I feel like we knew that she was leaning towards Zach for the past, 3 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Kemi, you knew. We knew the pick, like the final, kind of like the final 3 or the final 4 for quite some time, right?
I was spoiled on that, but I didn't know that she ended up with Zach until Reality Steve tweeted it maybe an hour ago.
Okay, got it. So, I mean, to be quite honest, maybe that's why this season hasn't been super great, because of all of these damn spoilers, and just
don't give production too much credit, Jess. There's spoilers every season, and I was still, slurping up my grits at the beginning of the season with all the drama that Claire was serving and all her madness. But I think what it is, and I love Tayshia, I think it's just, I didn't like those guys for her, and I had to pick. I mean, I didn't have to pick, obviously, but it's natural to choose a favorite. Yeah. And it's like I had to pick from, a whole bunch of apples, and I don't even eat apples. And now I have to pick through all of these apples, and I myself don't even want to look at the apples. So, yeah.
That is a great analogy.
Thanks. Okay. Because I didn't think it landed, but thank you very much.
No, someone here, who was it? Was it Lady B? Lady B said Zach is the off-brand Matthew McConaughey.
Yes.
When you mean off-brand, do you mean like you bought him on Wish? Because that.
I'm not here to drag anyone, Jessica. Jessica is about to.
I'm asking for clarification. I'm asking for clarification purposes. I thought he was an off-brand Frank Jr. from Friends. I already showed you the very strong resemblance.
This is messy.
Let me live, Kemi. I mean,
let's start from the beginning of yesterday's episode. Jessica and I definitely exchanged the same thoughts on, to me, because production definitely has a large hand in setting up the dates, who gets which date. It just seemed a little bit unfair for Ivan to have all these mediocre dates ending up in a, a mobile home, and then, or a trip, I don't know what you want to call it, and then the Winnebago from our season.
I had so many bad, maybe that's why I was acting the way I was yesterday. Whoever was following me knew I was tweeting and on my Instagram, and I was very passionate about the situation with Ivan. Yeah, I was upset. I was offended at the stature of fantasy suite dates. Like, when you're talking about a fantasy suite, what is so fantasy about a Winnebago or an RV, like, it with a twin bed, and it wasn't even like decked? I mean, someone messaged me on Instagram and told me those are very expensive and very sought after RVs, if for those who are into RVs. Look, I'm not into RVs.
It shouldn't even be in the conversation. Like, it shouldn't. I remember when we were staying in, like, you know what? Let's not even talk about that. All I have to say is, I'm sorry, were they going bear hunting? Like, why were they in an RV? There's absolutely no reason for it, especially for the very next date to be with, I mean, first of all, you know me, Bachelor Nation stan, that date makes everyone fall in love. The paint and like painting each other. Kaylin.
Wait, I'm sorry, it wasn't that one. I'm sorry, Serena, but
Oh yeah. It was definitely giving Camp Comeback. Yeah. But that date was honestly on the very last season of Bachelor in Paradise, Connor and Kaylin, and it was the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. And to see it again, I'm like, look at them. Production literally knows that Tayshia's in love with him, so they gave them this cute-ass date where they're rubbing around on each other, half naked, creating art. And then, let's not even get into the date night. That was the most beautiful setup I've ever seen in my life. The pink, like the trees had these like pink flowers on them or something, and there were pink lights like beaming up onto this like cathedral looking building. Tayshia comes out matching the entire set. Like, her necklace was beautiful. I'm still waiting to see if I can, find out where to get one of my own. And yeah, I mean, that right there could make me fall in love with like my mailman. If I was living in that house, or if I was coming to that house and my mailman strolled by and that was a setup, I would look like, that GIF of Lola Bunny where her ears fall and she's like, that's how I would look if like the postal service worker came to that sort of setup. I could fall in love with anyone. Like, of course, Zach gets this date. Like, it's just so frustrating. Like, why couldn't Ivan get that date? I mean, not that it would have mattered.
I guess it wouldn't have mattered. But look, here's the thing. For me, it's not even like that I'm pissed that she's not in love with Ivan, or that they knew that she wasn't in love with Ivan, so they gave them a cold water plunge, world's weirdest and coldest kiss, because it had zero chemistry, and obviously he was tense the whole time. It was just like him like this the whole time.
Yeah, imagine if Zach got that date. If Zach got that date, he would have been, Tayshia would have been really into it. It's so funny. I'm so protective over Tayshia. Like, literally anytime one of those guys like puts their hands on her, in my mind, I'm thinking like, don't touch her. Like, literally every single time they'd be like holding her waist, I'd be like, don't you dare touch her. But, that's just me.
Wow. So B Bean says, Jess looks so different. You just told me, Kemi, that I look different. I don't know what I did today that makes me look different.
My hair looks darker.
I'm wearing pink today.
Okay. I did see the pink.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I just think that it should have been fair. I'm very big on fair situations. I don't care if you don't like Ivan.
Do you think it should have been fair on a reality TV show?
Yeah, I know. I know. I still fight for equality. Doesn't matter. I want diversity. I want fairness for everybody. And that's Ivan included in his damn date. He deserved a California damn king bed. Okay.
Yes, not Dean's RV.
Then he said, oh yeah, we stood up all night and we watched the sunrise, and it was just like, he stood up all night. Oh, he didn't really get far then.
Just relax. That's none of your business.
He stood up all night watching the sunrise, which means that they were not doing anything else except
You might have
the
just
sunrise.
been being respectful. It's no one's business what Anastasia was doing.
Yeah. That it is what it is. And then you go into, so let's skip over Zach's, because Zach's fantasy suite was obviously perfect, which is what producers wanted us to see, right? And then you have poor Brendan scaring the crap out of him.
The way they zoomed in on his temples, you could see the beads of sweat dripping down his face, and then you see Tayshia looking over at him, watching his lip trembling, and she's like, oh, you can literally see the moment where she was like, oh shit.
Yeah, and it's like, but at the same time, is that a fantasy suite? Whose fantasy? I mean, I guess it's a girl's fantasy to go ring shopping, but to be quite honest, why wouldn't you have the ring shopping with all the other guys too?
You know what it is? I'm telling you, production. He probably was in there talking to Dr. Zachary. In there talking to like the therapist or something, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't know, commitment. I'm scared. Last time I did this," and they were like, "Perfect. You're not gonna be perfect. Let's just like move this along and take them ring shopping so that we can get some good, scenes." That's what I would have done if I was in production. Like, let's speed this along. You're already, buckling at the knees. Let's chop. Especially, I mean, and the thing is, like, I really, really like Brendan. Like, you guys know that. Like, I really liked Brendan. I feel so bad for him because, like, sometimes you do have to be put in the situation to know that the situation isn't for you. Like, I feel like it's easy for people to say, like, well, he should have never come on the show if he wasn't ready. But, like, you don't know you're not ready until you have to be ready or not be ready. So
True.
Sucks.
That's very true. I think that after that happened, after the whole Brendan situation, obviously we're down to 2, and then seemed to look up for me because Jessica got her wish. She got to see Ben one more time. Yay.
That's the energy. I have.
No, girl, and it was everything that probably every woman that wanted Ben to come back wanted to hear. It's like that closure, like.
Wait, did women want him to come back?
Absolutely.
Jessica's been on Reddit.
If you're in the chat, please, someone back me up. Someone else wanted to see Ben come back, did they not? I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person. So yes, Ben came back. He told her he loved her, and it kind of closed. Come into the next.
No. Body language is important. When Tayshia opened that door and saw Ben, she was like, oh, okay. She did kiss him at the end. I will give her that. But, like, she was definitely like, oh, my God, this. And then you see that when her dad came to visit her after, like, they met the family and she thought it was another guy showing up, just popping up on her, she was like, what? Again? She was not feeling Ben. She kept him around because, why not? But, like, and she probably wanted to figure it out. But, like, she was never going to pick him.
Obviously, the whole chat is is literally, I'm going to have to agree to disagree with the whole chat room because all of them are saying no, that's a no. Ben can go, a no from me. Sorry, Jess, you're alone on this. Dang, wait, I thought someone said that they were glad to see Ben come back.
Yeah, no.
We will agree. You're right, BB. We will agree to disagree, obviously, on this one.
No, but chat, you and I are here. We will agree to agree. I'm glad y'all got my back on this one because please, she got rid of you for a reason.
She got rid of him because she didn't know where he stood, and then he came back and said it. He came back.
Yeah, but one of the things that TAYSHIA appreciates is communication and decisiveness, and he proved that he was not, good at either of those. So
I also feel like you should be able to give people enough time and enough grace.
Not on a reality show where you only spend an hour with someone and then you have to propose in 12 weeks. Chop, chop. If you're feeling some sort of way, let your voice be heard. You know what you started for.
Hence why 75% of these marriages don't even work, or these engagements.
Well, I wish TAYSHIA and Zach the best, the longest. I wish them a short engagement and a long marriage. I wish them, I wish myself an invite to the wedding. Oh my God, is that so creepy? Anyways, I wish nothing but the best for my bachelorette.
I mean, she did for a quick second, though, when she kissed him. You could tell, you cannot deny that there was chemistry between TAYSHIA and Ben.
Oh, yeah, of course. There's always chemistry when, there's decent lighting, a camera crew, and a professional production team to put the right soundtrack behind it. Of course. Definitely chemistry.
Yeah, I mean, there was definite chemistry. And I think that as we go on to the second, to the second day, because we're already done recapping the first one, but the fact that she got rid of Ivan and kept Ben.
I want to know, yes, like I understand why they don't want to air the religion conversation, but I want to know what it was. And I'm not friends with that many Bachelor people to just be able to be in everyone's business like that. Like, I want to know, I'm dying to know what the religion conversation was. And I'm telling you, that is something that will never make its way to Reddit. Ooh, I wonder if Reality Steve knows.
I'd be wondering why. I would wonder why it was the religion thing.
Because religion's a big deal.
I know it's a big deal, but is it, I mean, why would it be a big deal? Why, no, I'm saying, why would it be a big deal to talk about it or to air it in that conversation, or to talk about it in that context, in that conversation? Because
I think, and if I'm right about this, then much respect to the entire Bachelor franchise for this. But for me, if I was a Bachelor producer, it would come down to knowing my audience. I know that my audience of Bachelor Nation is mostly, evangelical Christians in the southern states or Midwestern states who are very Christian. And I'm not saying that he is, but let's say that someone on the franchise spoke about being atheist or agnostic. That would rub a lot of their franchise the wrong way and set them up unnecessarily for getting a lot of hate for having a different religious view, which it's fine to have different religious views as long as you're respectful of everyone who's part of the conversation. But it just sets them up for unnecessary hate because not everyone sees it like that. A lot of people are if you don't believe in the same thing that I believe in, then you're a bad person. And when people are behind their phones and behind a computer screen, they just say anything. And it's just, I think that it would have been an unnecessary, I'm not saying that that's even what it is, but if that's what it is, much respect to them for that because it's unnecessary.
Yeah, I think, but for someone, I think I saw Serena, was it? She said, oh, come on, guys, it was a cop-out. I don't necessarily, and I'm actually, I was texting my sister during all of this, and she also said that it seemed like a cop-out, But I honestly feel like religion, like you said, Kami, religion is a very big deal. And if I say I believe in God, if I go, even if I just go to church, once a month, or if I go to church for Christmas, for Christmas, New Year's, and Easter, if the person that I'm falling in love with says they're atheists or they don't believe that and are not going to partake in those, in those holidays or those traditions, or even have a base for which we can share that with, like that could be, I could easily see that as being a deal breaker. Not for everybody, but
Absolutely a deal breaker, because then it comes down to like, how are you going to raise your children? Are you going to raise your children to be atheist, to be Christian, or to make their own decision? And when do they make this decision? Like, there has to be some foundation from like when they start growing up. So like, these are really, really important. It's just like,
but I also agree with people in the chat that say they don't feel like that's the true reason. I honestly feel that it was that cold water, that cold water kiss, because seriously there was zero chemistry, and I'm pretty sure he didn't keep her warm, not one bit. Like,
oh my God, yeah, one of my friends said that Ivan gives her little brother vibes, and now I can't unsee it.
Everything for me was very little brother, was very like the problem here, and I think I saw it in the chat, was also people said like the problem is that Tayshia is so great at making everybody feel special, and everybody, like she looks like she loves everybody. I'm pretty sure that's just the type of girl she is. She just genuinely like loves everybody as a person. And so in this season, like you're not able to really decipher if like she's really, really into somebody, or if it's like this Ivan thing where they were just like buddy, but she had like that love as a friend. I mean, the girl didn't even cry when she let him go. Like, not one tear. She cried more for Blake, Mr. Canadian Blake, who molded a penis out of clay. Blake.
Well, that's probably because she knew she couldn't go to Banff. I'm joking. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
I mean, it's those are kind of the things that I see. It's just like, well, I knew Ivan was a goner. Like
a goner.
He was there for a lot longer than I think he should have been.
I do think that he was he was definitely there longer than she probably should have kept him. I think she was definitely stringing him along, and I feel bad for him for that, because it seemed like he really like he had genuine feelings for her.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the family visit, the hometown, like that was really sweet with his family, like his brother, like it was just, I hate that.
Yeah, I mean, even when Ben met Tayshia's family, and can we talk about his? Because we're there at Tayshia's, like at people meeting Tayshia's family. Can I just mention quickly how gorgeous her family is, and her sister was missing from that, because her sister, like, she in the army, like, I don't know, maybe
Navy. She was training to be a Navy pilot.
Yeah. I've seen pictures of her, and she's absolutely gorgeous too. That her little brother is like the cutest
little brother's
on earth.
He's so cute.
Looks her mother,
exactly like her.
I mean, I've always thought her mother was gorgeous, even when I saw her during her hometowns of Colton. Like, I was obsessed, and that's when I was like, oh my gosh, her mom has an accent, and she's just, I love it. That whole
thing. I love her dad. Like, her dad is just like such a good dad. Like, I love the relationship that they have, and like you can just tell like Tayshia is like the first child and the daughter, like, so that connection between her and her dad, like I just love to see it.
Yeah, I would love to know how Rosario and Desmond met. I would love to know that. I'll have to check it out.
We'll probably find it somewhere on Reddit.
Oh, probably. I love it. But yeah, her mom is, you could see she's like the perfect mix of like mom and dad. It's insane. But what I'm trying to get to with this is that she, like, even her family is just like so welcoming and beautiful, and by the way that Ben was welcomed into that house, it almost looked like they preferred Ben over Zach, you know.
Oh.
And Tayshia was it looked like Tayshia was having more fun with Ben than with Zach, or it's because I love Ben. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of like, motivated reasoning on your part. Like, you're definitely looking for reasons to like him more. But, everyone has their things. I will say that I really liked the conversation that Zach had with Tayshia's dad, where he was saying, like, basically he set the bar really high for the man that comes into Tayshia's life, and it doesn't intimidate him. It excites him because he's like looking forward to living up to that. And I thought that was just like a beautiful mindset to have, and just so nice. Like, it's very refreshing. It wasn't like one of those staged, like, she makes me feel like home things that they like to say. So I loved it.
They were good. It was good hometowns, I guess. I mean, other than that, I mean, what is it? Oh, and then her dad comes to her room afterwards and is just like, I don't want you making a mistake. Like, I get it, but at that point in time, Kemi, if your father was to come to you and like do what Tayshia's father did, would that like really change your mind?
Well, it would have to be my mom in this situation, because I don't have the same relationship with my dad that Tayshia has with her dad. It's more so my mom. It would make a difference. Like, but it would have to be her saying that she sees red flags in one of the two people.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, I forget. Check me if I'm wrong on this, but her only red flag she said about Zach was that he was too perfect. Did I hear that right?
Yeah, and I mean, I guess, we don't see everything, but from an outsider's perspective, it's definitely not what it looked like to me, but if she's happy, I'm happy.
Yeah, Amaya said it best. She said, to be honest, her dad didn't like any of them that much, but is cool with Zach. And it's like,
I think because like Zach seems more mature. Like, he seems like a man. Ben doesn't give me man vibes. He gives me oh my God. Ben gives me, you know those movies that are set in New York, and you have like that really, really solid boyfriend to the girlfriend who's playing like the main character. The boyfriend's really, really solid though. Like, he's a great boyfriend. Everything about him is great. But the girlfriend is like, she's like hustling, bustling, trying to make a career for herself. And it's like she kind of outgrows him. But there's nothing wrong with the guy. It's just she outgrows him.
Yeah.
Ben is that boyfriend. Ben is the boyfriend that gets outgrown for the man that Zach is. Am I about to write for Hallmark? To be honest.
I think you might. I think you have Lifetime movie in your Lifetime movie writer in your little bio there. You should,
honestly, and then we'll have Cody Calafieri star in it.
He'll be the main character. Yeah. Would he be the main guy, or would he be the one that outgrows?
He's definitely the one that gets outgrown.
Oh my God. Stop. But that is a great analogy, Kemi. I think, and just says great analogy, Kemi. I think that is a great Cody.
No, I only said Cody because Cody was in like.
Because he's an actor. Because he's in Lifetime and Hallmark movies.
Yeah, like I don't know if you guys saw
stuff.
those floating around during BB22, but if you can find them, they're hilarious. Like, and not in an intentional humor type of way, in a Lifetime movie sort of.
Yeah, it is pretty bad. What I was looking into, like when I saw Tayshia's dad, was kind of like the way my mom used to be every time I used to bring another dude home. Like I was a serial dater, and so I brought a few guys home. I would have like 2-year relationships, and then every 2 years is like another new guy or whatever the case was. And my mom was just like, no more. I don't want to meet the next guy or the next guy after that or the next guy after that until you know he's like the one, because he's like, because she said it's hard for the family because they get invested in these relationships too. And I get that. So that's kind of what I saw with her dad a little bit, was just kind of like, don't do this anymore. We don't want to deal with this anymore.
Yeah, and like, let's not forget how her dad felt about Colton. He was not a fan. And that's how I knew I loved her dad, because I, as everyone knows, cannot stand Colton. Never could. I knew something was off about him, and then I found out about that book that he wrote, like, and it just confirmed everything that I thought. But Tayshia, her dad, third eye, always knew. So I just knew like whoever he ended up liking out of the two is probably going to be the one that she chose. And look at that.
Lady V, that was exactly me. It was exactly to a T. Is why when Bailey said it, I was like, yeah, girl, I've been there. I've totally been there. You know, nothing wrong. No shame in the game. Just, you know, someone always got to do a couple guys, couple tries. That's how it works.
That's life. That's life, baby girl.
You know, but I mean, that's that. And then, if you want to talk about the romantic dance, do you want to go through the whole last date?
No. I mean, it was cute. They definitely set it up well with her, like, you know, trying to be a perfectionist. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Trying to be a perfectionist at the beginning, and then, like, you know, calming down and letting him take the lead. Like, it was a great little metaphor they did right there, but I just thought it was unnecessary.
Absolutely. I mean, it was almost like I felt like I was being force-fed this relationship. Like, here, this is why they're so cute. Because
I think it's also that particular date just gave me like 2020 reality TV vibes, because it just seemed so incredibly like shoved down your throat, like cuteness. They're fucking cute. Like, whereas like Dez's season back in the seasons, like Ben's season and then like earlier would never have like it would never be too heavy-handed like that. Like, they would catch cute moments, but it wouldn't be like, listen here, Bachelor Nation, we have some cute shit coming up for you right here. And if you wanted to know why it's cute, look at how white their fucking teeth are. Like, that's how it came across to me. And it was just like, okay, we get it. Like,
I'm gonna go like this. I don't want people looking at my teeth now. I'm just like, hey. No, I totally get it. It was very cringe. At that point, I was just like, I gotta keep watching this, because I mean, we gotta recap it. But did we? Because after that, seriously, you see her like stop Ben dead in his tracks. And
yeah,
I was actually looking forward to something more. I felt like, I don't know, the Ben, maybe it's just me, but the Ben and Tayshia, at least the attraction was there. That's what I liked watching between them two.
Is it between Ben and Tayshia, or you and Ben?
No.
I just want to say that, you know, I'm happy for whatever makes Tayshia happy. At the same time, I think like Jess said, like a lot of time was wasted in these 4 hours. Just get to the point. We get it. Let's cancel the season. But it was, in my opinion, it was a really, really good season. I thought it was a really good season. It started off with the chaotic cringe that was Claire, and then we got Tayshia, who is just like unnecessarily beautiful. And then, I do wish though, I wish we got, and I don't think a lot of seasons do this, but some shows show like that one moment where you see like the two people fall, or at least like the lead fall in love, like that one moment where it's like, yeah, like, you were the one. Like, I wish we got to see what that was for Tayshia and Zach, because it just kind of seemed like she started liking him more and more and more. But there had to have been a defining moment where she was like, wow, like, you are it for me. And every girl has that moment where, like, it could be something as small as like a forehead kiss where it's like, you like, yes. But
yeah, and I also think the fact that they weren't traveling this season, I feel like made a very big difference in this production. Like, just because maybe I didn't realize what a shit show it was, but because I was looking at palm trees and waterfalls and, fun things that they were doing. And I think it speaks perfectly on how and why those relationships don't work, because they're more enamored with like the idea and the romanticism of like what's going on around them. The fact that they're in Fiji and then Bali and like, I don't know, feeding elephants in Thailand and
jumping off the tallest building in New Zealand. Yeah.
And that makes such a major difference, at least from a viewer's standpoint, because then you're also kind of intrigued and just like, and like captured in that. And there was just none of that. I think the highlight was all of Claire's craziness, and all of that mess.
I agree. I agree. I was going to say Ben season. Oh my God. Trauma. Matt's season looks like it's going to be a lot more aesthetically pleasing. Also because Matt is just very handsome and all of the girls seem very beautiful. Like, I went through the cast list. All the girls seem very, very beautiful. Wow. They all seem very nice, except for that one girl in the promo video who bags under the, I don't know.
Did you see? I
was like, look, someone grab her Jess's under eye patches, because what is going on?
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, this girl needs like some under eye cream. The other girl, like, I don't know what happened, and this is not me trying to.
She had on a sweatshirt like this in a confessional. I was like, the producers are doing her.
They were doing her like literally. I don't know. It looked like maybe something bit her or something. Like her whole eye was swollen. It was like completely red under one eye.
Wait, have you ever seen that movie, The Election, with Reese Witherspoon?
Yes.
Remember when Matthew Broderick got the bee sting?
Yes, that's exactly. Yes, the girl who calls herself a queen. Lady B said, "Did she have pink eye?" But yes, I don't know. That was just really odd. Look, to be quite honest, I actually have more fun watching The Bachelor than The Bachelorette.
Men are boring.
Because men are boring, and having all those women just. It calls for some really great moments. And Steve constantly, he was watching it. My husband, Steve, he watched it for like 10 minutes. And that was a lot longer than what he usually stands by me for when these shows come on. But he laughs every time with these promos, because everything looks so beautiful. Then all of a sudden, like 2 seconds in, someone's crying. And he's just like, this is ridiculous. And I love it. I don't know why. So Makisha says, do you think they should have waited to pick The Bachelor? They might have picked Ivan instead. No. Because unfortunately, I don't think ABC would have had two bachelors in a row.
If the religion conversation was, and I'm not saying that it is or that I know anything, I don't know anything, but if it was about him not being Christian or like being an atheist, I don't think they would have picked him. Just
No,
totally
he's
off of
not. And this has nothing to do with me not liking him because I like Ivan as a person. I think he's cute. But I don't think he's good TV. I don't like. You kind of have to have something different. Like Ben couldn't do it.
Like Matt is cute, you know, he has a good personality and a lot of women are going to find him attractive. But another thing that comes with Matt is Tyler C. And the Bachelor franchise loves Tyler C. And like, you know, the fans love Tyler C. Production loves Tyler C. And like, it's just gonna, like the way they kept bringing Demi back as just like, you know, to highlight like Hannah's relationship with Demi. They brought her in for so many, like, just here and there, just to use her for a promo. Honestly, like, they're going to do the same thing with Tyler. They're going to show romance between the, you know, those boys.
Absolutely. And I think Joseph says, is Matt good TV? Absolutely. Why? Because not only does he have Tyler and the fact that is very aesthetically pleasing to the eye, but people were looking at him because basically his audition reel were his TikToks. I don't think anybody realized how absolutely entertaining he was, along with Tyler and like the whole quarantine crew during the beginning of quarantine. And that's basically what literally put him on this Bachelor pedestal too, was just from all of those TikToks. And you can tell he's goofy, he's funny, he's out there.
He runs a nonprofit, which is like amazing. So like he's, you know, attractive, he's nice, but then he's also like a good person. His nonprofit is for children, for like underserved children in New York. So it's just like he, you know, checks a lot of boxes that women would be looking for and that the producers would just love to showcase. Like it's easy. This is the thing, like producers are lazy. Like not lazy, that's a bad way of putting it, but like they like ease. Like if
it's easier like, for you,
tell you, then it's gonna be easier for them to choose you.
Absolutely. Lady B says they're probably going to make Ben the next Bachelor. I actually don't think so. I
hope not.
I do love me some Ben. Don't get me wrong. I love Ben, but I don't find him to be good, entertaining TV. Not to be like the main character. I would have liked him for Tayshia because Tayshia's like, I don't know, she's goofy, she's funny, she's out there. Ben's a little bit different, like he's a little bit more subsided.
But that's what they like. That's what they like for the Bachelors, though. They always have a very vibrant, outgoing, extroverted Bachelorette. But if you notice, the Bachelors are always Ben, boring. Colton, boring. Who else was Bachelor? Pete. Sean Lowe, not really boring, but what's that farmer guy? The farmer? I have never seen a more boring person in my life. The farmer who was dating Victoria F for a while. Ooh. Boring with the capital O, like crystals. Yes, boring.
I would love to see. They should call Bennett. I would love to see a Bachelor Bennett.
I would love to see this
because he would probably be a very hated Bachelor, but it would be good TV. And I would love to see the crazy chicks that come to actually marry Bennett. Like
he had really good sound bites.
Absolutely. I mean, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't know who the next Bachelor would be. I would love to see. I've already said this before, but I would love to see Joe.
Joe, yeah.
Yeah. Anesthesiologist Joe. I would love to. But, you know, I'm excited. So what we're going to do, Kemi, because I didn't know, and for those who are wondering, I forgot, we didn't shout out Hannah. Hannah was traveling to family, obviously, Christmas. You know, Christmas is in 4 days. So we just want to say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you all, because I don't think we'll be recapping anytime before that, would we?
No, but
I
yeah.
think we've all decided, for those who have who are following us, that we will be taking a little bit of a break for the holidays. Kemi's traveling. I will be out. Hannah's already gone. So obviously, you know, kind of getting together and having all of our equipment is not going to be something we're going to be able to do. But we will be back after January with our recaps of the challenge, and then we're gonna start on our Bachelor season, huh?
I'm so excited. I'm so excited for Matt. I'm so excited for Matt.
I think let us know what you all prefer. I'm like a little sad that we're gonna miss a couple of episodes from the challenge, so I don't know how exactly we're gonna make some of those up, but we have a good list of people that will be joining us on our co-hosts chairs. If you haven't watched the last two, this is a perfect time to catch up. Christmas, right? Holiday season. Catch up on your challenge episodes 1, 2, and 3. We have our seasons up, or our recaps up, with Joseph, which was a hilarious interview, and with Ashley, and they're amazing. They were both very amazing. Any last minute things for you, Kemi?
No, not really. I did just upload a new video to my YouTube channel today. I got my eyebrows microbladed, as you can see. So I just did like a spend the day with me while I got my, well, not microbladed, sorry, powdered, which similar but different. So I had that up on my channel. I uploaded that earlier today if you'd like to check that out. Other than that, yeah, no, I'm ready to get Christmas, you know, here and gone, because I am going to Miami next week. But not like a fun Miami trip. It's not like a rager Miami trip. It's like literally I need to like decompress. Why am I going to Miami, right? But like decompress and just be away from like my home base for a few days. So
yeah, somewhere that's not cold and dreary. It's been really bad over here too.
Yeah. But yes, happy holidays to everyone. Happy, you know, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. Happy holidays to everyone.
Yeah, all that good stuff.
So much.
Yes, and we love you guys so much. Thank you so much for all of your support. If you don't already do so, click like, subscribe, smash the notification bell, give us a thumbs up, comment on ours. We try to comment back. Give us all of your suggestions on, you know, what you would like to see more of. I think that we should probably, I don't know. No, that sounds very misogynistic. I was like, rate the girls, but I was going to be like, or maybe do an episode where we actually talk about the girls and what they do. But I don't know if that's, or if it's just recapping.
We could do a first look, like
a first look of the girls, because we already know the girls. Maybe if
I'm not spoiled for Matt's season at all.
No, I'm not either. So I think it would be really cool for us to kind of do an overlook and a view of the girls prior to starting the season. That would
be the girls.
Yeah, that's what I was like, hot or not. No, I would never do that.
Hot or not.
That would not be what I'm trying to do, guys.
Jess is giving me 2007 MTV Spring Break vibes.
I started watching rewatching the Real World Las Vegas, and I just happened to click over it, and I was like, oh my God. And then I saw it. Whoever hasn't seen the Real World Las Vegas is one of their most amazing ones. I think it is literally the iconic Real World. Like,
is that the one that Trishelle is in there?
It's Trishelle. Yeah, crazy Trishelle. You're thinking that she's like this homegrown sweet girl, and then like she's having like threesomes and just like all this crazy stuff. It's like insane. Like
Trishelle gives me like Olivia Caridi or Sariti, whatever her last name is, vibes.
She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. But also like Alton. I call him Alton just from my accent. But Alton and I can never pronounce her name. Rochelle.
Rochelle.
Urel. Anywho, watch it. If you watch CBS if you are on All Access, you could probably grab all of the MTV ones there. It's season 13. I love it. But yeah, anywho, yeah, and then we're gonna be back on the 5th. So just make sure you click like and subscribe, because then you'll be notified on when we go live next, because we don't know yet. It's gonna be a surprise. And yes.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight, and we will catch you next time.
Absolutely. Love you guys so much. Bye.